Gishu. It is a bright morning. The sun is up early, away from the chilly evening or the chilly night that was here. Remember, most of the residents did not take a time out to go to their homes to rest or even to take some nap. Most kept vigil at various polling centers, which acted as the first initial tallying centers, even as IEBC started the tallying process. Now, currently, we have started getting results which have already been keyed into the IEBC portal. And when it comes to the gubernatorial seat, it is that the competition was between the incumbent Governor Jackson Mandego, who doubled as a Jubilee nominee, in trying to get re-elected. He was battling his main rival, businessman Zedekiah Bundotich, also known as Buzeki. Now, currently, information coming from the IEBC's portal is that the incumbent Governor Jackson Mandego, who doubles as a Jubilee nominee, is well on that lead. Of course, it is still too early to call it a win, but Jackson Mandego is well on that lead, being followed, of course, by his only rival, Zedekiah Bundotich, also known as Mr. Buzeki. Now, when it comes to the women representatives said, political observers had noted that the main competition will be between Gladys Boss-Shulei, a Jubilee nominee, and independent candidate Rael Chebichi. It is that, according to the IEBC portal, still any information that has been tallied to the IEBC, it is that Gladys Boss-Shulei, the Jubilee nominee, is also has kept a good lead from Rael Chebichi, who's coming in second. We also had 4 other candidates on eyeing that particular seat. Among the other seats to watch was the constituency seats, or the member of parliamentary seats here in Tarbo. It was a seat to watch, and of course the constituency of Ainapkoi. Now, in Tarbo, the Jubilee nominee was Mr. Kevin Okwara, a businessman and a new entrant in politics. His closest rival was an independent candidate, Janet Rotich. Seemingly following with the IEBC's results still, it is that Janet Rotich is leading that particular constituency away from the norm, where we had expected that the Jubilee nominee here would have taken that particular lead, at least by now. Granted that when President Uhuru Kenyatta and the deputy made their visit here, they really rallied the residents to vote as a 6-piece from the presidential seat to the members of county assembly seats. Now, in the constituency of Ainapkoi, where we also anticipated very, very close competition between the incumbent Samuel Chepkonga, who also doubles as a Jubilee nominee. It is that Samuel Chepkonga seemingly has not taken that lead up to now. Of course, it is still too early to call it a clear win for William Chepkut, a long-time serving peer of the late KANU era politician Nicholas Biwott. But it is that Samuel Chepkut is well on that lead. Those are basically the seats to watch here in the county of Uasin Gishu, but of course we'll be coming to you with much more. But currently what is going on is that in the 6 constituencies, IEBC had prepared tallying centers, central points, where these tallied information could first of all be reconciled before being transferred to the IEBC portal. And here in the constituency of Tarbo, where we have kept vigil the whole night, it is that voting material continues to stream in. Of course, this is counted material from different polling centers. It continues to stream in here, and it will be on that table. It's being keyed in by IEBC officials before being transferred to the IEBC portal and thereafter released to residents. Of course, this particular kind of operation is also ongoing in the 5 other constituencies, that is Moiben, Soy Kapseret, Keses, and of course Soy constituency. So we expect that by around noon we should be having a clear indication of the winners and losers here in the county of Uasin Gishu. Already wananchi have shown excitement, and as we were also just trying to have some tea in town and to just establish the mood of the town, it is that residents are getting very, very excited depending on which candidate they were supporting. Some of course have had a dull morning if they have already perceived that their candidate is seemingly losing Others have already started preparing themselves for a win. And if you're just joining us from the county of Uasin Gishu, information coming from the IEBC or tallied votes coming from the IEBC, which is yet too early to call a win. It is that for the gubernatorial seat, one which was deemed a very, very competitive one between the incumbent Governor Jackson Mandago, who doubles as a Jubilee nominee, and businessman Zedekiah Bundotich, also known as Bozeki. It is that Governor Mandago is seemingly taking that lead when it comes to the women representative seat. Gladys Bolshole, a Jubilee nominee, is also taking a good lead. Rael Chebichi, an independent candidate, coming in second. When it comes to parliamentary seats, we learned that in the constituency of Kapseret, Oscar Sudi is enjoying a good lead. Actually, Oscar Sudi is enjoying a very good lead, and that might actually be a very huge margin for his other competitors in Kano to try and match up with. In the constituency of Keses, Dr. Swarup Mishra, popularly known as here as Kiprop Arapche Lulim. He is of an Indian origin, a Kenyan though, and he is also a businessman. He's also enjoying a very good lead. Those are the results that we have so far been able to confirm from the IEBC's portal, and we continue to bring you up to speed. Here in the constituency of Tarbo, Janet CTNA, an independent candidate, is also enjoying a beautiful morning this morning. If the results so far from the IEBC's portal is anything to go by, in the constituency of Soy, Caleb Kositanyi, a Jubilee nominee, is also enjoying a good lead. And in his next constituency of Moiben, the incumbent, who also doubles as a Jubilee nominee, Mr. Sila Tiren, is also seemingly enjoying a good lead. So if you could look at the voting pattern in Uasin Gishu, it is that residents have overwhelmingly supported Jubilee candidates, save for this particular constituency, Tarbo constituency, which we are still trying to monitor and see how it goes. Remember, it is still too early to determine who gets it between Jubilee nominee businessman Kevin Okwara and Janet Rotich, who has served in the public service for a long time. But also, these two seats, the Tarbo seat and the Ainapkoi seat, so far have indicated that independent candidates are seemingly taking the lead. Remember, the constituency of Ainapkoi, during the nominations, the battle was between the two who are still battling each other right now, the incumbent Samuel Chepkonga and long-time PA to the late Nicholas Biwot, William Chepkut. Now, what happened in round one? Chepkut did beat Chepkonga, but there were anomalies that were raised, and IEBC, in their wisdom, granted a take two of the same. And in the second run between the two, now Samuel Chepkonga did beat William Chepkut. Remember, Samuel Chepkonga is also observed to be a close ally of the deputy president and a great contributor in the National Assembly. And as such, if he loses this particular seat, it will definitely be a blow to the Jubilee party. So on this day, the two are also taking each other on, and seemingly right now, Chepkut is on the lead. So I'll be coming back to you, but just to close now, before I take you to my colleague Uko Kusa, who's in Kisumu, it is that Jubilee nominees are doing well, save for Tarbo and Ainapkoi constituencies.